honestly didn't think I'd enjoy Simpsorama, so I'm really pleased to say that I actually did. This is the sixth episode of the 26th season of The Simpsons, directed by Bob Anderson, and I have never seen Futurama. It's always been on my list, but not very high up the list. Having watched this, I'm not desperate to watch Futurama, but I'm certainly considering putting it higher up my watch list. This is, of course, a crossover between Futurama and The Simpsons. And I don't know if The Simpsons did a crossover in Futurama. Please feel free to let me know if that's the case. But certainly with this one, characters from Futurama come to Springfield. And I don't want to go into too much detail about how this comes about, but initially, I thought it felt really random. But then it was revealed why they were there and how certain things came to be. And I actually thought that's kind of clever. I also thought it was really obvious once I could connect the dots. So it might actually be really obvious and I was just really slow on picking it up. But personally, I was quite impressed. But there's a reason why they have to come back to Springfield. And, well, they're looking for one person in particular. And the Simpsons family are in danger, potentially. But I don't want to say too much more about it. For me, this is absolutely an introduction to Futurama, the characters, and what I assume is their style of comedy, which is not too dissimilar from The Simpsons itself, for perhaps obvious reasons. And I have to say, it was decent. It was creative, and I obviously have to assume or take it with a pinch of salt that this is what Futurama is like. But if Futurama is as creative and as clever as this, as the characters were represented here, I think it might be a show I'd enjoy. I thought it was pretty fascinating. A well-developed narrative, definitely not what I was expecting. I honestly thought, when I started watching this, I thought this is going to be full of, Futurama jokes, things that I don't get. And yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of things in this that went completely over my head. I think there'll be things that, if and when I watch Futurama, when I come back to this, things will either make more sense or they'll affect me in different ways once I've built up relationships with the characters. But I can confirm, watching this as somebody who's never seen Futurama, it's easy to follow, it's fun, it's engaging, it's creative and clever, and I feel like the style of comedy that the Futurama characters were presenting is maybe a tiny bit different to the style of comedy that we get from The Simpsons. But the two go together really well, and it's not that different. But I thought it was pretty decent. I'm really impressed that I actually enjoyed it and followed it and understood it and was also impressed by it. So if, like me, you've looked at this and thought, I don't want to watch it, I don't care about Futurama, I've never seen it, I think you'll still enjoy it. I did. I thought it was very clever, very well done, and yeah, I think I might check out Futurama at some point soon. Simpsorama is definitely a surprise. Really pleased to say that I really enjoyed the episode.